As you head on out through Prestorp's main exit, you all spot the stables, roughly 300 feet away. 3 riding horses have indeed been left for you all to mount and have. You sort things over with the stable hand and head off after receiving some saddlebags with horse provisions and brushes in them. So you're all heading northeast towards the mountains. Before we all do our usual rolls and checks, can you all please make animal handling checks?
Kamari give bardic inspiration to Alexandra. She has a feeling Bronson will be okay with the horses.
Why, thank you. Even with that, I only got an 8.
Damn, only a 6.
19 total.
Camerier, roll a strength or dexterity saving throw. You too, Alexandra.
That's an 18 for my dexterity saving throw.
11 altogether for me.
Whether it's because you're inexperienced with riding horses or maybe something spooked your horse but it bucks and almost throws you off, Camerier, you center yourself and manage to calm your horse down. Alexandra, you have a similar experience. You just barely managed to stay on your horse. Although that in of itself proved quite a challenge as your horse thrashes and moves in different directions rapidly as it tries to throw you off. Even though these horses are somewhat domesticated, they're still not used to being handled and ridden on by different people. Bronson, you've most likely ridden on these sorts of horses before, during your soldiering days up in Baldur's Gate. You know how their temperament works and how to keep yourself centered in your saddle in case your horse gets frightened as well.
Ladies, are you both all right?
Never fucking better. Damn it.
I'm okay, Bronson, thank you. Kamari pets her horse gently, whispering calm reassurances to her.
As per usual, I need a survival check as well as a perception check.
I'll do the perception check this time. Shit. That's only an 8.
Bronson is volunteering for the survival check. 16. That's pretty good.
Alexandra, you're too preoccupied trying to regain your bearings to survey the surroundings and keep a lookout for potential threats. Bronson, as before, your experience navigating the wilderness throughout most of your training, learning the essentials, you direct everyone confidently. You all make pretty good time, traveling a good distance within 4 hours. As you stop to rest briefly on the outskirts of the Wildath Woods, the horses being given nourishment and water, you see a hooded wagon being ridden out of the outskirts of the forest. From the back of the wagon, a thick liquid trickles onto the ground, leaving a slightly inconsistent trail.
What is the liquid in question, DM?
Please roll a perception check to get a better look at it without risking getting close to the wagon.
Very well. That's 23.
Rapidly dripping from the back of the hooded wagon is a mix of blood, viscous oil, and possibly excrement.
Gross. Kamari tells the others this before gripping her horse's reins. Who's up for following it? No ordinary traveling car would be leaking those things.
Well, I was going to suggest that we catch up and tell them about their leakage. Alexandra says that dryly, her sarcasm evident in her voice. Fine. I suppose we can find a good place to rest in future whilst we're at it.
Bronson ensures his horse is ready before climbing on. Let's be sure to keep a safe distance and be as quiet as possible.
The sun is almost finished, descending below the horizon as you all begin to tail this ominous wagon. Everyone make stealth checks, please. Camerier, if you use bardic inspiration, then you'll risk getting spotted.
Understood. No bardic inspiration. 18.
13 for me.
That's 10.
The rider of the wagon, who's also hooded, maybe checks their surroundings once or twice, but doesn't seem to pick up the pace. For roughly half an hour, this wagon travels for eventually traversing through an open field and to a lone farmstead. The wagon comes to a stop outside of the barn. The hooded rider rips off the tarp covering the wagon, revealing corpses, dozens of them. From the barn emerges a pair of goblins, dressed in improvised armor, one wearing necklaces made of bones. The goblins begin dragging the bodies into the barn, a thick track of liquid staining the ground.
Let's hitch the horses close by. We proceed on foot now.
So, what's the plan? Do we have a plan?
Find out what these goblins are up to with these bodies. Why are they rounding up so many? I thought goblins just loot their victims after they killed them. Why keep the entire body?
Excellent question, Camera. Let's get some answers.
I can try and sneak her. Try and find something useful for finding out what is going on here.
Meanwhile, Bronson and I could maybe prepare a distraction, just in case things go sideways.
I could possibly forge and prepare some traps. I know a few things from my training days.
As long as we're all very quiet. Of course. So it's settled. I'll sneak in and try to unearth more on whatever's going on. Alexandra and Bronson, you prepare a distraction and trap for the goblins. Something tell me that there's more of them in there. DM, I'm going to quietly cast Enhance ability on myself. Cat's Grace specifically. So I now get advantage on our dexterity checks. And now roll start with advantage. 19 total.
Excellent. Camerair, you whisper the spell before proceeding to sneak in whatever direction you wish. Camerair Bronson, where are you both setting up traps? If you're going to set anything up in the vicinity, I'll need stealth checks from you both first.
Bronson would like to get something prepared within the vicinity, maybe somewhere slightly closer. So stealth roll it is, 14.
18 total for me.
And where would you like to start making your preparations? Any ideal area, Bronson?
Is there anything about goblins I can exploit? Are they gullible? Easy to anger?
Roll a straight-up intelligence or wisdom check, Bronson.
Wisdom, 17 altogether.
Bronson, you set your mind back to your training days and all that you were taught about goblins. Commander Lucar taught you many things about them. You know that goblins often have short tempers, and they are more easily provoked than individuals of most other races. They often found it difficult to overcome this short fuse and had a sense of greed that made it difficult for them to act altruistically. Individually weak, they gather in large numbers to torment other creatures. Goblins primarily worship Maglubiet, the god of war and rulership. Goblins and hobgoblins alike see him as a fearsome, powerful figure, and they worship him out of fear rather than adoration. They believe their spirits join his army in the plain of Acheron after death.
Bronson has a beautiful, elaborate plan. It could all go horribly wrong, but what's life without indulging in risks?
Camerair, how are you proceeding? I can give you a rough layout of the area, if you wish.
A layout of the area would be most appreciated. Please, DM.
No problem. You have the barn roughly 80 feet away, 2 goblins carrying the bodies from the wagon into the barn. The wagon itself is about the same distance. To the right of the wagon is a dilapidated farmhouse. Obviously, the goblins doing, judging from the brutality of the damage. The short, dry stone fence encircles both the barn and farmhouse. You're hiding behind the fence currently. You can sneak your way closer to either building, so long as you're extremely careful.
In which case, I'll use the stone fence as cover as I sneak my way closer to the barn, even if it means going on the long way.
Very well. Slowly sneaking around towards the barn, hiding, crouched behind the stone fence. You hear 2 voices engaged in a discussion with each other. Camerair, please roll a perception check to focus on the conversation, should you wish to eavesdrop.
That's only a 9.
Camerair, you make out a few words, mainly not enough bodies, despite the fact that's mainly it. Do you want to keep sneaking towards the barn?
Can I pick my head up, try to see what's going on now? As carefully as I can, evidently.
Make a dexterity check, Camerair.
With advantage because Cat's Grace. Natural 20. +3.
Very well done, Camerair. With your agility and grace, you cautiously peek out from the fence. You see that the wagon is already halfway empty. You can smell the pungent, disgusting sense of excrement, blood, and oil. The hooded wagon rider is just inside the barn, drinking from a flask.
Can I use Minor Illusion to create some African whispers around the side of the barn? 3 to lure the hooded rider away from the front of the barn.
You can cast it up to 30 feet to his left once the pair of goblins pass by. There's no vocal component for the spell, so you can cast it silently.
I'll do that. I'll also sneak over the fence and against the side of the barn once the rider is looking the other way.
Understood. You cast the cantrip, the rider seeming to look around, hearing these infrequent whispers. He turns away as you move the center of the whispers. Going off of your previous rolls, you vault over the fence and press your back against the side of the barn after taking cover there. The rider attempts to investigate the noises, even after a few more tense seconds.
Kamale sleeps inside the barn, once no one is looking at the barn entrance.
Very well. Going back to Alexandra and Bronson, what traps have you been constructing and assembling?
You can Bronson use his battle axe to dig a deep hole in the ground, or 2 of them.
We should mention that we're doing this round the side of the farmhouse, behind the stone fence, and Alexandra is collecting some loose planks of wood from the farmhouse. I assume that the farmhouse is made of wood, or contains some wood in its architecture.
Bronson, please roll me a sleight of hand or survival check. Alexandra, Roll the check as well, please.
13 for the survival check.
Natural 20 on my sleight of hand.
It takes longer than expected for you to dig the holes, Bronson, but you eventually get there, although they're not that deep. Alexandra, you salvage a more than reasonable amount of wood from the farmhouse, doing so quickly and quietly.
So as you might have guessed, our plan is to construct pit traps with wooden stakes in. The traps will be concealed with the loose dirt I dug up. Excellent work with the wood, Alexandra. Let's get these things sharpened and put in place.
If you're both sharpening and readying the wood for the traps, I will allow you to roll one dexterity, wisdom, or intelligence check with advantage since you are helping each other. Plus, Bronson has done this before, so he can instruct you, Alexandra.
My dexterity bonus is quite high, so shall I roll?
You go for it, Alexandra.
That's a dirty 20 altogether.
You both construct and sharpen these wooden stakes almost perfectly, and better than you anticipated. You get them all set up in the bottom of the holes and then get the holes filled and covered up with loose dirt and anything else you deem necessary. Returning to you now, Camerader, you've slipped inside the barn entrance and past the pile of bodies of the goblins are assembling. Aside from the corpses, there's nothing that really stands out amongst the loose hay bales and empty separate pens where some cattle were kept.
DM, I'd like to roll an investigation check to see if there's anything else. Any clues or anything of interest?
By all means, go for it.
That's another natural 20.
You're all rolling brilliantly right now. Camerader, your deft perception leads you to a trapdoor near one of the far corners of the barn. There are footprints and a faint trail of blood leading to it, but both are vague and extremely old.
Camari is going to open it cautiously and quietly.
There's a ladder that leads down into a veil of darkness below.
I'm going to close the trapdoor and try to sneak back out, meet up with Alexandra and Bronson.
Roll another stealth check, Camerader.
Dirty 20. Thanks to Cat's grace.
Another excellent roll, Catherine. You're soon back outside, avoiding everyone, the rider seemingly gone. You meet back up with the others.
There you are, Kamari. How did your infiltration go? Did you find anything interesting?
Also, don't go for a stroll over there. Alexandra nods to where the traps are hidden. Otherwise, you'll end up impaled faster than a gladiator.
Got it. I found a trapdoor leading somewhere below the barn. Shall we go check it out to get out there with the goblins first? Although something tells me that there are more of them around here somewhere.
I have a different feeling. I think that this place is part of something bigger. Let's burn these damned goblins and do our part to throw a spanner in the works.
Best save the traps just in case. Very well then. DM, can we see where the pair of goblins and the rider are?
They are in between the barn and farmhouse, near the now empty wagon, soaked in liquids.
I'm going to cast mage armor whilst we're out of earshot. Then, once I get within 100 feet, I'm going to fire a chaos bolt. At the rider, that is.
You know what to roll, Alexandra. That just hits him. Roll for damage, Alexandra. While you're doing that, can everyone please roll initiative?
10 cold damage total. Oh my gosh. Nat 20 on initiative. Alexandra's actually not going last for once.
16 plus 4, so a dirty 20. Again, my dexterity bonus modifier is the same as Alexandra's. So wet side, you can go first, Alexandra.
That's appreciated. Thanks.
No problem.
Brunson got a 14 on his initiative roll.
The enemy's got 11. Alexandra, over to you.
Alexandra does a fancy wrist flick, aiming not at the rider but the wagon that's drenched in oil and God's knows what else. Alexandra flicks a potent firebolt at the wagon, instantly setting part of it ablaze. She smirks as the flames get bigger, hopefully scaring and surprising the bastards further.
Camaria speeds off to the left, getting close enough to cast a vicious mockery on Goblin number 1. The spell amplifies her voice as she shouts, "You didn't kill all those people in battle, they died as soon as they saw how ugly your face is."
The goblin looks slightly miffed, but not hurt.
Camaria quickly casts Ear Armor on herself before getting someone near the wagon, attempting to use it as some sort of cover.
Bronson flies into a barbarian rage, of course getting to the closest enemy, that being the rider. He parries the rider's blade as he gets in close, getting bloodied as he inflicts a deep wound into the rider's torso.
The rider doesn't yell out in pain or seem to panic. His hood does fall off during the attack, revealing what looks to be a goblin, but with decaying flesh. A black opera-like mask conceals his face. He disengages and runs into the barn, covering his flank as to avoid being hit from behind. Goblin 1 releases 2 arrows from his short bow, aiming at Alexandra. Both miss as he's startled by the erupting flames from the wagon. His ally will get up close and personal to Alexandra, 2 scimitars in his hands. Alexandra, you dodge the first attack, but the second catches you off guard. It's not too bad a wound, but a wound nonetheless.
In response, Alexandra attempts to plunge her own scimitar through the goblin's throat, casting voltic discharge in the process.
Alexandra, you manage to get your blade into the goblin's throat whilst casting the spell. You electrify and zap him from the inside until he's nothing but a piece of charred meat.
Music to my ears.
Kamari go for another vicious mockery on Goblin 1. She proclaims, I've seen more threatening slugs.
The goblin clutches his head in pain.
Bronson goes for a low blow, swiping his battle axe down, hoping to cleave and chop the goblin's legs off. He misses. Never mind.
Goblin 1 also disengages and sprints away, back into the barn as the rider did.
I expected more from a small pack of goblins. Let's go finish them off before they kill anyone else.
As you all begin to regain your bearings and proceed into the barn, an unexpected sight stops you all in your tracks. This thick black mist seems to be pouring into the open barn. It seems to be emanating from the back of the barn. Soon enough, the entire building is full of it. This thick mist envelops the entirety of the barn floor. A humanoid figure emerging from the center, made of shadow, crimson eyes, bloody teeth, and a cape.
More corpses for the pile. But first I shall drain you dry.
By the living gods. What the hells are you?
Most likely a vampire or a shadow demon. Although the whole mist thing, I don't remember vampires being able to do that.
Well, I'm sure you know what question comes next. Who is your maker?
That is a question none of you need the answer to. For you're all to fall by my hand. I shall present the options: kneel and die swiftly, or fight pathetically and be killed painfully.
My knee shan't and never will bend.
The Shadow Man will roll for initiative. We're going off the previous initiative order. It got 12.
Alexandra calls upon her magical blood, casting her multicolored bolt within a second and hurling it at the shadow thing. Upon impact, the bolt erupts into a pulse of thunder, booming loudly. Not done yet, Alexandra follows up with a fire bolt. It doesn't do as much damage, but still.
No wasting a second. Kamari goes for Gossame's imprint. Kamari curses an infernal before playing her flute, giving Bronson bardic inspiration.
Bronson re-enters, his barbarian rage, his blade gleaming in the moonlight. His aim is a little off, even as he goes reckless, so he instantly draws upon Kamara's bardic inspiration. His blade manages to strike heavily, black mist like liquid spurting from the strike.
The being of darkness almost scoffs in defiance, even upon being wounded. It seems to warp its body, traveling with the shadows as it snakes up beside Camarere, striking swiftly with its claws. Drawing blood, it goes for another swipe at you, Camarere. It breaks through your ethereal armor, slashing deeper into your body this time. It then disengages, the shadows warping and circling around it like a force field.
Alexandra goes for a hold person spell, attempting to bind this thing with enchantment magic.
The creature shrugs off the enchantment spell, refusing to succumb to the magic.
Damn it. Well, Alexandra summons her tempestuous winds to move back safely.
Pressing her hand against her wounds, Kamari performs un triste cast a ban spell on this enigmatic creature.
The creature almost manages to shrug off the spell, but the magic seeps around it, coating the shadows, washing over the creature like a tidal wave. It's successfully baned.
Kamari summons more inspirational magic, playing a key jingle or flute, bestowing the magic on Bronson again.
Seeing Kamara get quite wounded, Bronson will flank the shadow thing before attempting another crazy blade attack. Natural 20, Bronson's attack is like a whirlwind. He spins and carves into the damned thing in a rapid motion, like a descending, rotating blender blade. He'll then get as close to Kamara as he can, gently moving her back as he steps in front of her.
The aberration seems to flex its claws before swiftly switching tactics, lunging at Bronson with bared teeth. Necrotic and piercing damage slam into your body as the creature clings to you with its teeth, regaining vitality as you feel some strength leave you, Bronson. It bites down again, Bronson. Even as you rage, this bite is like syringes repeatedly being rammed into your skin. Cold, rusty syringes.
Alexandra does a double take as she sees the shadow thing bite into Bronson's skin repeatedly. She flicks another multicolored bolt at the bastard, drenching it in acid.
Hold on, Bronson. Kamari instantly casts healing magic on him. A soft blue glow coating him. She then casts vicious mockery on the shadow thing, yelling, You could kill the dead twice over with that ugly face. Or like they're off.
The shadow being seems to recoil slightly in pain.
Bronson does a strength check to try and get the thing off him. Successful, roaring in protest, he attempts to decapitate the fucker. But the thing uses its shadow field to hinder and stop the blade's momentum.
More shadows swell and swirl around the humanoid, its eyes turning deep orange. It disengages and goes for Camarere. First attack misses thanks to vicious mockery. Even with Bane, it hits the second time round. Camarere gets clawed again, her blood decorating a small portion of the ground.
Camarere lose concentration, the enchantement magique fading.
Drawing on her magical blood, again, Alexandra summons some arcane power. She lets loose another potent spell, but the shadow thing soaks it in shadow. She curses in celestial.
Camarere releases her rapier, flourishing before going in for a concise but effective thrust. She misses by air. Quickly, she chugs her greater healing potion while she has the chance.
Bronson almost pounces as he goes for another attack at the damn living shadow thingy. Even with Reckless, the attack misses.
The humanoid darkness goes for a bite on you, Bronson. First attempt misses. Follow-up lands. Once again, your body almost recoils as you feel those damn bladed teeth sink into your flesh. You feel a little sapped again as it takes some vitality from you.
Seeing Bronson weakening, Alexandra gets on over next to him and sets a hand on his shoulder, turquoise energy seeping into him, healing him a little.
Camarere beseeches her infernal blood, holding her hands with thumbs touching and fingers spread, a sheet of flames firing forth from her outstretched fingertips, aiming in all at the shadow thing, of course. Even when he dodges, Camarere still gets a good angle, the flames clinging to the shadows.
Re-energized, Bronson screams as he goes all in, his blade raised and swirling as he does a battle spin. He slashes at the thing's neck, soon absolutely coated in its black blood.
A poor attempt at decapitation is not enough, dwarf.
The amalgamation of darkness seems to hesitate before its eyes dull, its body going tense. Everyone needs to make dexterity saving throws.
Dirty 20.
24 total for me.
Bronson only got an 8 altogether.
The creature unleashes a gargantuan, wide blast of black and red lightning from its chest, Bronson getting caught in the center. A deep shrill of a scream sounds as this attack happens.
Holy freaking shit. Well, Alexandra is barely standing. She's also going to drink her greater healing potion. Then she's going to attack with her scimitar. Her breathing heavy from the attack, she misses awkwardly.
Camarere casts Ethereal armor on herself, followed by a vicious mockery on the shadow thing. She says you bore the village idiot to tears.
The shadow man rubs its head in pain.
Bronson is tiring but still raging. We're still standing, you fuck. Bronson shouts at the shadow man. He does his usual, landing his blade against the thing's torso, slashing.
The shadow man seems to be panting somewhat. It doesn't attack, but the shadow field surrounding it seems to have intensified.
Wail on it now! Alexandra spins her scimitar and goes for it, casting Voltic Discharge. She gets advantage because flanking. Natural 20. She swipes in a sharp arc, arcane lightning erupting from her blade as she cuts deep into its chest.
Alexandra, you get the finishing blow, but afterwards, the humanoid sinks deep into the surrounding darkness like a frozen statue melting and being swept away. The other goblins can be seen near the trapdoor, withering on the ground, most likely the doing of the shadow creature.
Camarere crouche beside Bronson, rubbing his back. You are brilliant, Bronson. Très courageux et redoutable. You're all right, though, mon amour.
I'm fine, just a little winded. Just need a minute to regain myself.
Alexandra is casting the light spell on her scimitar and checking the surrounding darkness for any signs of that creature.
There's no sign of it, Alexandra, at least as far as you can tell.
I don't know what that damn thing was, but if it gets the jump on us like that again, we'll be more prepared.
Camarere casts Healing Word on herself and Bronson getting him up slowly. So what now then? Shall we check out the trapdoor? If that thing come back, we have those special traps.
Might as well. I can light up the way down there after all. Alexandra twirls her scimitar, the blade emanating light as she recasts the light spell on it.
Very well. Lead the way, Alexandra.
Alexandra, you lead everyone to the trapdoor and open it up, the darkness below looking uninviting. Who's climbing down first? I assume you, Alexandra?
You assumed correctly.
I'll descend second.
I guess I'm third then.
Alexandra, you descend the ladder, your blade illuminating the surrounding darkness. Your dark vision also helps significantly. A small basement-like area is now in view. There are torches on the wall, not lit, of course. There are many skeletons hanging via nooses like animals in a slaughterhouse. On the ground, every single corner and floorboard is coated in blood. There's a thick bookshelf next to a long desk. Empty potion vials are scattered on a bed in a corner. To the left of the desk is a dense metal chest, padlocked shut.
Alexandra cast prestidigitation on all of the torches, igniting them quicker than a blade through butter. What's on the desk, DM? Papers?
There on the desk are some papers, yes, written in primordial, and a map of the Small Teeth Mountain, certain areas highlighted with ink. A small bag of ball bearings sits near a candle.
I'll take those papers and map. The ball bearings, too. I'll read through the papers later. I can read primordial, so I'm not worried about any language barriers.
Bronson will investigate the place for any traps or loot.
Kamare will help him search the place. She's determined to not miss anything here.
Bronson, Kamara, one of you please roll an investigation check with advantage.
Kamare, feel free.
Thank you, Bronson. 15 on both this. 17 total.
Camerier, you and Bronson get to work on searching this delightfully quaint hideout. Dexterously hidden in one of the skeleton's mouths is a pair of bloodstones, most likely worth around 100 gold, maybe more if you're selling it to a gem collector. Leaning against the chest is a viola, probably from one of the skeletons. In front of the chest, you spot something dangerous, a magical glyph trap. It will go off once someone steps onto it or into its vicinity. Roll an Arcana check to discern what spell it contains and what damage it does.
14 for my Arcana check.
It is a lightning glyph containing a somewhat diminished version of a lightning spell.
Kamari will relay that to everyone else. Is she able to pick up the viola without triggering the trap?
Make a dexterity check, please, Camerier.
13.
You just managed to retrieve the viola. However, it does trigger the trap. You take only a small amount of damage since you're adjacent to it. You take 7 lightning damage as you get partially zapped.
Compared to the shadow thing, that was a mere tickle. Can Kamari try to break the padlock with her rapier?
Please, Kamara, allow me to do the honors.
By all means, Bronson.
Bronson, roll to hit the padlock with advantage.
24 to hit. 11 damage.
Bronson, with your battle axe, this padlock is puny and nothing more than a primitive obstacle. With a loud burst of noise, the padlock breaks as you decimate it with your blade. Inside the chest is a malachite gemstone, 5 vials of poison, a golden ring that emanates strange magic. There's also a glaive giving off magic of its own, and a magical scroll containing a level spell, and finally 6 platinum pieces.
Bronson will keep hold of the glaive, poisons on one of the platinum pieces.
Kamari will keep the ring and Malachat, and 3 of the platinum coin.
In that case, Alexandra will keep the rest. Speaking of rest, if we're all done here, let's return to the horses and find somewhere else to rest. I don't feel like staying here much longer.
Agreed. We've spent enough time here already.
So you all head back outside and to your horses, avoiding stepping in the streaks of excrement and blood from the bodies.
So where would be an ideal place to camp for the night? Near the Wildath Woods again? Just on the edge?
Maybe closer to the sea in future. Lovely atmosphere to rest too. But the edge of Wildath Woods for now. Alexandra.
The outskirts of the Wildath Woods, yes.
You all return outside and back to your horses. Riding away from the farmstead and back to the main path, you find a sheltered area on the edge of the Wildath Woods. You set up camp and nosh a portion of your provisions, along with some water.
Alexandra is going to wade through those papers. She knows primordial, so translating it is facile.
Very well. Scrutinizing and reading through the papers, you read it aloud as the others sit near you, listening intently, the campfire's flames roaring.
Haec forma mihi satis convenet, nondum plena visum, ergo haec proiectio sufficiet. Famuli mihi corpora adferunt ut me nutrient, mox formam quam olim possidebam superabo, aliquid multo maius ero.
I can't believe I'm not the one asking this, but in common, please, Alexandra.
In the common tongue, this form suits me well enough. I'm not at full strength, so this projection will suffice. I have servants bringing me bodies to nourish me. Soon enough I will exceed the form I once possessed. I will be something far more.
Well, that's not at all cryptic, is it?
As for this ring, is there any way for me to identify or figure out what sort of magic it possesses?
Roll an Arcana check, Camerier.
Goody. 18 total.
A strong aura of transmutation, magic pulses from the golden ring. It's definitely innocuous magic, protective magic in a way. You'll need to attune yourself to it for the ring to work.
Kamaria will don the ring and spend some time attuning herself to it. She wishes everyone a blissful sleep and retreats to her tent first.
Bronson also turns in for the night.
Alexandra wants to find out what spell this scroll contains.
I'll need an Arcana check, please, Alexandra.
That's only an 11. Damn.
It's definitely evocation in terms of magic type. Aside from that, you're unsure as to what the spell is.
Okay then. Alexandra will also go to sleep after going into her tent.
You all rest well aside from Alexandra. Alexandra, you toss and turn in your bedroll, sweating heavily. You're in a realm of darkness, nothing but a dimly lit sun and black, sludgy water. Beyond the horizon, there's only more bleak darkness. Your body shivers as you're being observed. The sludge-like water goes up to your knees. You're wearing your nightwear. No armor or weapons on you. Your magic feels distant somehow. The eyes on you soon manifest. A swarm of black and red mist sweep across the water, and a single purple eye forms in the center of the mist.
Holy freaking gods. What is this, and how the hells do I escape? Alexandra approaches the eye cautiously, her bare legs wading through the endless black river.
Owner of my vessel, you now possess a fragment of me. In your possession, you have opportunity.
What the hells? Who are you, and what do you want?
It's not about what I desire. Rather, it's what you crave. I see into your soul. I feel your longing to be back at full strength. Power. I can give you more power than you can scarcely comprehend.
Don't insult my intelligence, and I'm not interested. Send me back.
How about revenge? I know who sold you out. I know who cast you out. Do you not want to make them squirm and kneel before you? Just like the gods do to others. You can be a god of your own design.
Alexandra's breath catches.
I knew it. You seek to ascertain power. I can grant it. Swear allegiance to me. Obey my every order, and you will gain it all.
Who are you, though? If you're asking me to devote myself to you, I should know your name.
Formerly, I am Aoev Hodro.
I'm flattered. Well, Ayev Hodro, what if I want to sleep on it? This is a monumental decision, after all.
Indeed it is. Very well. You have until you fall asleep next. Until then, when you wake shortly, you'll receive a little sample of my gifts.
Most kind of you. Appreciate it.
Within a second, Alexandra, the realm you're in collapses around you. Your dreams are plain and quiet afterwards. All right, everyone, you all reach level 5. One of the most significant level ups, if I'm not mistaken. We will end the session there. You can all do your level ups before the next one. Thank you for watching. Take care now.